Welcome to the Midnight Show. I'm your host, Shivi Jindal, and today we'll be tackling the issue of clean drinking water and how food waste can be repurposed to solve this problem. Let's turn to our correspondent, Gabby King, for more information.
Thank you, Shivi. For women in undeveloped countries such as Kenya, finding water means walking 3 hours in the harsh African heat and carrying about 100 pounds of water back to their homes. Even then, their children still suffer from diarrhea and cholera from drinking untreated water. 1/3 of the world's population does not have access to clean drinking water.
Thank you, Gabby, for highlighting the issue concerning clean drinking water in developing countries. Meanwhile, the food wastage footprint left by developed countries poses environmental problems with global ramifications. For more on this, we turn to our correspondent, Andrea Cooper.
Thank you, Shivi. Now, approximately 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted per year globally. Here in the United States, 30 to 40% of the food that is produced is wasted. And all this food ends up in landfills and in bodies of water, which in turn leads to billions of tons of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere and in the freshwater sources we drink from.
Fortunately, a group of high school students has proposed an end to both of these crises with just one solution. They specifically aim to resolve the 6th and 12th SDGs outlined by the United Nations: clean water and sanitation, as well as responsible consumption and production. Let's hear more about this ambitious proposal from the students themselves.
Hello everyone, we're Scrap to Tap, a plan to implement water treatment facilities run on biofuel derived from wasted food in order to provide clean drinking water to those in need.
Here's our plan. Food waste from restaurants in developed nations will be transported to water treatment plants located near contaminated water sources in developing countries, where reverse osmosis will be used to purify the water. The food waste will be converted into biofuels at the plants to power them. This water can then be delivered to local communities in need of this water through locally employed water deliverers, creating new jobs.
In order to convert food waste to biofuels, a process called hydrothermal liquefaction will be used initially, and the material that is left over from this process will undergo anaerobic digestion. This will maximize the amount of energy extracted from the food, as well as limit wastage.
Water will be free of charge for the first 4 years. Because providing access to clean drinking water will reduce the time people spent gathering it, they will spend more time stimulating economic growth. Eventually, they will be able to pay for their own water, thus resulting in a clean and sustainable system.
Well, one thing I'm curious about is how the wasted food will be collected. Why would restaurants partake in paying for this disposal service? What's in it for them?
By partnering with the UN, we plan to make participating restaurants UN-certified members of a global network solving the food waste and clean water SDGs, thus incentivizing them to join our initiative.
Now, we have some questions from the audience.
Could you help me understand how your biofuel production facilities will be financed, since it seems that this service is being provided at no cost to locals? And will this plan be feasible enough to accomplish by 2030, which is the UN's SDG goal?
Initial donations will go towards kickstarting production and supplying loans to local consumers. For the first 4 years that water is provided, the clean water will be free. However, consumers are expected to repay loans in small installments. Since individuals will not have to waste time through manual water collection, they can utilize that time to develop their economic infrastructure and eventually pay for their own water.
Our facilities will be developed by 2026. To sum things up, by 2030, a self-sustaining project that utilizes food waste towards producing biofuel that powers a water treatment plant and creates a water delivery system will be up and running.
Okay, now we have time for one more question.
What roadblocks do you expect to hit while implementing Scrap to Tap?
We anticipate running into logistical difficulties when it comes to transporting the food waste and building large-scale water treatment facilities, as well as convincing the locals to pay for water they're used to obtaining without payment. However, these are more uncertainties which we expect to diminish and experiment with their program in action.
Thank you to our audience for asking questions and to the students for sharing your well-planned proposal with us. Any final comments from our presenters?
Yes, thank you for your attention. Please support us, Scrap to Tap, so that together we can guarantee everyone their fundamental right to a healthy life, one drop at a time.
Thank you for joining me today, and I wish you all the best.